You want to buy a house in Germany, but you cannot afford it. And now you have set your eyes on buying an apartment in Germany. The prices seem to be within your budget, but let me stop you here and ask, have you considered the housing allowance in your calculations? I'm sure you haven't. So watch this video till the end, as I will share why you should not buy an apartment in Germany without considering this important expense. So you're searching to buy an apartment in Germany, and you find something that fits your budget perfectly. You scroll down the listing and everything is great. 2 rooms, a kitchen and a balcony, all for 150,000 euros. The location is also quite central. That's good. You look at the house geld for 300 odd euros. You ignore it and scroll over. But let me tell you, this can be a very expensive thing to ignore. Hausgeld or Wohngeld, as it is referred to in German, includes expenses for all costs in connection with the maintenance and care of the apartment. Here you might say, Essen, I know there are additional costs to buying an apartment in Germany. It's about 10% additional to the buying cost. To that, I would say yes, there are additional costs to buying a house in Germany, but this Hausgeld is different. According to the Apartment Ownership Act, Hausgeld includes ongoing costs for cleaning, house owner's insurance, shared electricity in the apartment, and waste disposal. They also include janitor's activities, garden maintenance, maintenance work on elevator, or heating costs in case of central heating. In addition, there are other costs that you as the owner of the apartment in Germany have to bear. These are, for example, the maintenance reserves of the Homeowners Association. The maintenance reserve of the Homeowners Association is money set aside to take care of shared areas like the building's exterior or the stairs. The reserve is also used to pay for things like painting the building or renovating the stairs. It covers administrative costs like managing the association's bank account as well. This reserve is essential if there is a big renovation coming. For example, the roof of your apartment needs to be renovated. The maintenance reserve will be used to fix this issue. If the bill is higher than the reserve, you can expect a huge additional payment by the end of the year from the Homeowners Association of your apartment. So how exactly is this housing allowance or Hausgeld calculated? Before I do that, please hit the like button if you're getting value from this video and consider subscribing. The property manager or the head of your homeowners association decides how much money each homeowner needs to pay for the housing expenses. They make a plan that includes all the money they expect to spend and receive. The difference between the expenses and income determines the amount of housing allowance. The plan is decided at a meeting where homeowners gather, and a majority vote is enough to approve it. After that, the manager sends out a statement to let the homeowners know how much they need to pay. On average, the housing allowance is between 2.5 and 4.5 euros per square meter. The amount each homeowner needs to pay is based on a distribution key, which is determined by the share of ownership. For example, if someone owns 1/10 of the house and the total housing allowance for the whole property is 8,000 euros, that person needs to contribute 800 euros to the reserve. However, other costs like hot water and heating are not included in the housing allowance. These costs are calculated separately according to the Heating Cost Ordinance. It's also possible to use different distribution keys for specific expenses if it's fair for everyone involved. For example, 2 apartments in the same building having almost the same size can have totally different Hausgeld. So if you have bought an apartment in a building in Germany, you will receive an annual statement from the Homeowners Association once a year. As a part of this settlement, the Wohngeld is offset against the costs actually incurred. So every apartment owner can expect either a refund or an additional payment of the housing allowance. If there is a high deviation in the Hausgeld allowance bill, the business plan for the next billing period is often adjusted by the Homeowners Association. Let me know in the comments below what is the maximum amount you would be willing to pay for Hausgeld. Coming to the next point, which leads to the next point, is there a way of not paying this Hausgeld? Unfortunately, this payment is mandatory and needs to be paid within the due date according to paragraph 3 of the Homeowners Act. And if this amount is not paid, the housing association can take legal action against you. That said, if you plan to rent the apartment, you can pass some of the costs to your tenant. Items that can be passed on to the tenant are, for example, cleaning and care, water, heating costs including hot water, insurance costs, costs for shared facilities and rooms like elevator, laundry and drying rooms, cable connection, etc. However, some costs cannot be passed to the tenant and must be paid by the owner. Those include conservation reserve, administrative costs, repair and maintenance costs. Hausgeld is just one of the costs that needs to be considered when buying real estate in Germany. In this video, I share exactly how much house you can afford in Germany. So thanks for watching, bleib gesund, and I'll see you in this video.